Hello everyone, welcome to this update video. It is Dani'i. I trust and hope you're doing really amazing today. It is another Sunday. Time to get the preparations finalized for the new week ahead. And we're going to be looking at what is taking place across the North Atlantic basin. And straight away, as we look at this graphic, we can see that it's quite active across some areas. Definitely some periods of showers and thunderstorms across parts of the state. There is what was Tropical Storm Chantal, so that formed and it's since weakened, but is still bringing some rain to portions of the eastern United States, across sections of the Caribbean. It was an active afternoon with some showers and thunderstorms moving through some places. Others have been a little bit on the dry side, and there are a couple of tropical waves out there as well. So let's go ahead and talk about it a bit more. Okay, so here we go. As we zoom into these states right now, towards North Carolina and even going into the Virginias, we can see some of that convection moving through associated with what is now Tropical Depression Chantal. So it is weakening, but even though it is weakening, it is still bringing some rain into those areas. And so across some spots, there's a flash flood watch that is in effect. So inundation is definitely possible in some of those low-lying areas. There could be some heavy rain which may accumulate and result in flooding. So please stay safe if you're being affected by Chantal. And then as we look more towards the Caribbean, here we can see those thunderstorms which have popped up earlier in Jamaica, across some areas in sections of Cuba, Hispaniola as well. Even near Grand Cayman, there was some, within the vicinity of Grand Cayman, there was some thunderstorm activity earlier. It is quite the active evening towards Honduras, going to Nicaragua, parts of El Salvador and Guatemala, and even Mexico as well. And then for much of the Lesser Antilles, maybe some passing clouds with a few downpours at most, as nothing much is going on. It's a bit quiet up to the Bahamas as well. A bit of moisture noted within the vicinity of the ABC Islands. Now, as we look at the rain forecast for tomorrow afternoon, we can definitely see some colorful shadings popping up for sections of Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama. So there could be some periods of additional showers and thunderstorms across those spots. Likewise for sections of Colombia, southern Venezuela, and portions of the Guyanas. Now there is a tropical wave of this axis extended down into Suriname, and as such it could unleash some additional periods of heavy rain in that area. And then for portions of the Lesser Antilles, there could also be some downpours around, much not expected though for the ABC Islands, headed up to the vicinity of Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, as well as Hispaniola, Jamaica, parts of the Cayman Islands and Cuba. There could definitely be some of those downpours with thunderstorms as we head into tomorrow afternoon. Up to the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos, a whole lot is not expected, but there could definitely be some rainfall around. And speaking of rainfall, unfortunately, you may have heard the news in the state of Texas where there was some crazy flash flooding that went on. There are a lot of people missing, a lot of kids have been killed in the event. It is a very unfortunate situation right now, and my thoughts and my prayers are with the people of Texas, especially those who are family and friends of the deceased. So my condolences to you all. And unfortunately, this is how nature works sometimes. Sometimes there's a very limited time to be cautious, and so this is just one of those very sad cases. Now, it is a good thing that things are pretty quiet right now across the North Atlantic basin, even though we've got a couple tropical waves that are moving through. Because if it was a case where we had these storms on the horizon, then, that would be a different story. However, that is inevitable. Right now, it's quiet, and we definitely have to take advantage of the quiet time to get certain preparations and certain things in place in the event where a system may move by with some dangerous impacts. And it's typically as we head to mid to late August and throughout September, going into October, that things are the most active normally across the North Atlantic basin. So far, there have been 3 named storms: Andrea, Barry, and Chantal. The next name on the list is Dexter, and Dexter is a replacement name being used for the first time, as it was used to replace Dorian, because as you may remember, Dorian was a catastrophic Cat 5 hurricane which devastated portions of the northwestern Bahamas. So as such, in 2021, the name was retired and replaced with Dexter. So Dorian will never be used again for a North Atlantic hurricane. And the reason it was retired in 2021 and not 2020 is because of the fact that COVID impacted the annual meeting that the World Meteorological Organization typically had. So they just had it off the schedule at the time, and it was pushed back to spring of 2021. So it was at that time that the name Dorian was retired and replaced with Dexter. And these lists are reused every 6 years unless there is a replacement name to replace a storm name that did very catastrophic damage. So guys, that is pretty much what I wanted to bring to your attention in today's updates video. Again, nothing crazy going on right now, and I'll be keeping you posted as necessary. So that's it, and I do hope you found this brief update to be informative. But if you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments. I'll get to you when I can, and remember to always be weatherwise.